Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes, and we are live right now on an international call, on an international broadcast, broadcasting to all four corners of the world. Guys, what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to share with you some principles, the science behind getting rich. And I want for you to understand that your body right now is broadcasting a quantum message out to the electrons. And once you follow my strategies, you're going to be able to tap your energy into being able to communicate with those electrons. They're smaller than the atoms and the molecules, and they're waiting for your instructions. Okay, they're waiting for your instructions. Now, the secret to create wealth, the secret to manifestation, to get whatever you want in your reality, whatever you want, okay? This is the equation, okay? This is the equation for manifestation, okay? So here it is, write this down. Thought, directed emotion that generates feeling, okay? Thought, directed emotion that generates feeling, okay? So your body, your physiology in your body is constantly communicating with these electrons, okay? And in The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, he calls this formless substance, okay? Now, the electrons are two things at the same time. Those are the two worlds that exist simultaneously, okay? So over here you have everything you want. Over here you have everything that you don't want. Two parallel worlds, okay? Now you are walking a tightrope between two realities, okay? Once again, everything you want is over here, everything you don't want is over here, okay? Now this is very critical, guys, okay? What is going to determine what starts showing up in your reality? Are all of the gateways of infinite possibilities open? Or are they closed? Okay? Are you getting friction and pushback, or is your business flowing with effortless ease? Okay, those are the two realities. So I'm going to repeat this one more time. The secret to manifesting whatever you want in your life is thought, directed emotion that generates feeling. That is the secret, okay? Now, here's what I'm going to share with you. Once you practice this, once you get so that this becomes part of your daily routine, okay, you can get to the point where you can control this at will. You can control this at will. So right now we're on an energy portal, okay? This is an energy portal. This is an energy portal. Skype is an energy portal. Facebook chat is an energy portal. Any time that you're in exchange with another person anywhere, okay, there's going to be what's called energy transference, okay? Now, typically what happens is that the energy is a frequency, a radio broadcast frequency. So imagine that you have a tank of energy inside of your body, and another person has another frequency, okay? And they've got a tank, okay? Now what happens is this. Depending on the vibrational frequency, energy transference will start to take place. So in the event that you start hanging out with people that are at a higher frequency than you will actually start to get energy from them. Okay, so you will, if you're constantly around seven-figure income earners, if you're constantly around people that have done a lot of personal development, their energy will actually transfer into your body. Okay, now a lot of people say that, you know, when they or they go to a mastermind, or they go to a conference, or they're with a lot of people that are into personal development, they feel super motivated, they feel inspired, they feel unstoppable, they feel like they can conquer anything. They have no fear at all. All of the fears, all the inhibitions, all of that, it's completely gone. It completely disappears, okay? That's where you need to get to if you're going to take your business into this, which is vertical liftoff, okay? Now, so, you know, our ability as human beings, okay, and these are the three things that you're going to have to master if you want to master your business, master your life, master your relationships, okay, master your health and fitness, master your communication skills. You have to understand this, okay, very critical, okay? We as human beings, we speak our realities into existence. Okay, I'm going to say this again. We as human beings, we speak our realities into existence. Okay? So you have to now, if you want to gain control of your reality, there's three things that you're going to have to master in order to gain control of the reality, okay? You have to master your thoughts, okay? What's going on in your self-talk, okay? What are you speaking into the reality? So you've got your thoughts, you've got your words, and you've got your emotions. Okay, now remember, thought, directed emotion that generates feeling. Now that broadcast is communicating with the electrons. Now what happens for me is that I've done this so much, guys, as I'm talking about this, as I'm explaining this to you right now, all I have to do is this. How do I feel? And this is what happens instantly. You can see right there, goosebumps on my arms, instantaneous, okay? That happens because of what's called neuro-linguistic programming. My body is programmed with this anchor, okay? Now, once you get this, once you understand how to implement this into your life, you can literally get anything that you want, okay? Anything, okay? I've used these principles to start companies with no money, zero. People say, well, I don't have the money, Darren. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I'm broke, right? That's why you're getting the results that you had. That's called a blocker, okay? Because you're speaking the block into your reality. You're speaking about the fact that you can't do it. It's not going to work for you. All the doorways of infinite possibilities are shut in your face. It will never work for you. Doesn't matter what you do, you'll spin your wheels forever. Now, why is that, right? It gets down to 4 key areas, guys. 4 key areas, okay? So you've got thoughts, words, and emotions. You need to master those to master the reality, okay? But this is what we all battle, okay? 4 things, guys. 4 things. Deservability, worthiness, self-love, and boundaries, okay? And it's not going away. It gets better as you do more personal development, right? But you have to understand that our human brains are actually programmed to self-destruct. And you have to just surrender to that, be okay with that, and not let that bother you, okay? Now, once you find out that you've been beating yourself up all this time and that you've been sabotaging your success all this time, don't beat yourself up for beating yourself up, okay? Because now you get a double whammy. Don't get into, oh, now I feel guilty. Oh, I'm beating myself up, right? That's part of the human condition, and you just have to be okay with it, okay? So what you've got to understand is this. We as human beings go through what are called peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. Some days we're going to be on top of the world. Some days we're going to feel euphoric. We're going to feel elated. We're going to feel unstoppable. That we're confident. We've got our amazing self-esteem. Something happened. We had a great conversation with somebody. They want to join our business. And there's going to be some days, right, where somebody is for no reason just going to, you know, be a negative person in your life. Okay, there's going to be some days where things are going to happen where uh, people are going to say, are you involved in one of those things? Oh, that's a scam. Why would you do that? Why would you get involved with one of those? Oh, you're going to lose all your money, right? And that's going to do the opposite. So you've got your peak, you've got your elation, euphoria, and you've got your valley, right, which is basically almost like depression, okay? Now, in the event that you do not get control of your thoughts, and you do not get control of your words, and you do not get control of your emotions, you can never be successful, guys, okay? You will have a cycle that keeps on going across, like a, you know, you just get momentum and it fails. You just get momentum and it's sabotage. You just get momentum and it never takes off, right? So in order to get through that, in order to break through that, okay, to get to the next level of your reality, you have to actually clean up your timeline. Now, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by, what do you mean by clean up my timeline, okay? When we come into the world, we know everything, and the world programs us to know nothing, okay? The world programs us to not feel worthy, to not feel deserving, to feel guilty about money, to feel guilty about abundance flow coming in, right? Now, depending on what your programming was when you were growing up around money, right, is going to depend on the reality that you're living right now and what's blocking you, what's stopping that abundance flow to happen, okay? Now, here's typically what happens. When we first come into the world as these, you know, we're in this, you know, shell, right? This shell that's the body, right? Now, when we first come into the world, what happens is that, you know, we can't even see properly yet. Our vision hasn't even developed. And we're very curious. Okay, so there's this piece of, you know, copper, something, a crystal that's sitting on a table, right? And it's sparkling. And it looks so beautiful. And we just want to touch it. Oh, right? Now, we're right in the stage of being what's called a naked soul. Okay? Complete vulnerability. You know, we're curious, right? And we reach out to grab something, right? And our parents say to us, no, right? Don't, right? Stop, right? Be careful, right? Now, we don't even know what the language is yet. We have no idea how to, we don't even know how to speak yet. We haven't even developed the ability to have words come out of us yet. So our subconscious mind starts to replay this stuff over and 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 over, and we're actually forming our program, right, that's going to affect us for the rest of our lives before we even speak the language. Okay, and I want for you guys to understand the profound impact of this, okay? No, don't, stop, and be careful. Every time you are in a state of vulnerability, every time you are in a state of dreaming, of creativity, right, there's going to mean wham, pain, wham, pain, wham, trauma, wham, pain, okay? Now what happens through NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, is that our bodies now, right, trigger a chemical reaction. And it typically happens in our stomach, right? So a lot of people will say, I don't know, I don't really feel good about this. Something's not right, right? I got this gut feeling. That's the chemical that's being released into your system, into your body, to create a fear mechanism, because your subconscious mind wants to keep you safe. Okay, hear what I'm saying, guys? Your subconscious mind wants to keep you safe, okay? Now, anytime there's going to be a change, anytime there's going to be a risk, anytime you have to take a chance, anytime you have to move or step into a place that's outside your comfort zone where you could possibly get wham, that happened, your body does not want to go there, okay? People actually move away from pain to pleasure, okay? So if this unknown area over here is directly linked to pain and trauma, and this area over here is a lot safer, it cripples us as human beings. We will not take any action. We will avoid doing everything possible to not have that chemical released in our body, because that means pain, right? Does this make sense, guys, so far? Does this make sense to you? Okay. Now, what you've got to understand is that your subconscious mind, okay, does not know the difference between a real event and a perceived event. Okay, now what do I mean by that? That means that if you, have a situation where you get a speeding ticket, you don't get that speeding ticket just once, guys. You could get that speeding ticket 100,000 times. And your subconscious mind believes that every single one of those things actually happened, okay? So let's say that you're growing up and you are, you've got parents that are very strict, right? And you do something wrong and hey, they're coming at you with a smack, they're coming at you with a belt, right? It's all fear-based stuff, right? Your subconscious mind is not going to replay those events just one time. You could still be depositing into your subconscious mind stuff that happened when you were 5, stuff that happened when you were 10, the first love of your life that broke up with you when you were 16 years old. That situation can still be replayed right now and continually being deposited in your subconscious mind like it actually happened. Now, guys, if you really get this today on this training, you will realize how significant it is to be on the path of personal development if you really want to have abundance, okay? Now, I'm not talking about just 100,000. I'm not talking about 1 million. I'm not talking about 2, 3, 4, 5 million. I'm talking about 20, 30, 40, 50 million, 100 million, becoming a billionaire, right? Now, these are all the principles that you must be able to conquer if you're going to get to this higher level of success, where you can literally at will manifest abundance into your life, when you can literally at will be able to get your phone ringing off the hook with incoming calls, when you're literally at will being able to command sales to come to you, okay? Now, we had a really interesting situation happen actually on Tuesday, okay? Because I was doing a millionaire mentoring session for Dan, right? And I was talking about vibrational frequency, okay? And I was talking about broadcasting this message out to the electrons. And as I was talking about this, my body was going right like this, okay? Now, the moment that I started to speak my reality into existence, because I wanted to show Dan the difference between the reality of everything that you don't want and the reality of everything that you do want. Okay, so here's an example of a person that wakes up in the day, right? They start their day, and they're going to actually have blockers come into their life, okay? Or it's not going to work for them. Here's an example. Okay, so they get up in the morning. It's like, right? That's the body. That's what the body does. Okay. I don't know. I just can't seem to get my business off the ground. I'll tell you, everybody that I talk to is not interested. I don't know if this is ever going to work. It's never worked before. Now, hear what I'm saying, guys, okay? I don't know if this is going to ever work, okay? I can't figure out why it's not working, okay? Nobody's ever joined my business before. Why would they join it? I haven't made any money. Why would anybody listen to me? Okay, now that's one reality, okay? Now, let's say that it's brand new. I'm just starting a business. This is my first time, okay? Here's what I'm going to say over on the other side, okay? I am really excited about my business. I am a leader. I am working every day towards getting to my next level of my breakthrough, right? I am, right? I'm going to speak who I am into the reality. I am excited that my phone keeps on ringing with incoming calls, that leaders are calling me from all four corners of the world. I'm excited that every person that I talk to wants to join my business. I'm excited that every person that I come in contact to needs extra cash flow. Now, there's a complete different polarity opposite between these two realities. Now, here's what happened, guys. Here's what happened. As I am showing Dan how this works, my phone rings, okay? Randomly. Dan, am I right? Did you witness this happen? Okay. My phone rings, okay, and it's a new enrollment. Completely random. The only thing that was different was this. What's broadcasting? What are you broadcasting out to those electrons? So as I was doing this, Dan's witnessing this, and my phone rings. It's a new sign up, okay? But it gets better, guys, okay? As we're on this hangout, somebody goes to my Facebook wall, clicks the button to subconscious mind tapping, pays for the product for $298. I get the receipt, I send it to Dan, so now I've got a sign up, a random sale that comes to me, and I said, Dan, here's what I'm going to share with you. You can do this on, I go like this, you can do this on command. And my Facebook goes bing with the little bell as I'm doing this to demonstrate exactly what we can do, what we have the abilities to be able to do as human beings. Okay, so you got to ask yourself, who are you being? Are you being the leader or are you being the loser? Right? Because there's only two realities, guys. Two realities exist simultaneously. Right? Are you being the winner or are you being the whiner? There's only two. There's no halfway, right? So you've got to make a decision when you start a business as an entrepreneur is, well, why did you get into business in the first place? What do you actually even want, right? And why do you want that, okay? So here's an example. Now, you've got to get to the core. Right? Now, what do I mean by the core? So somebody says to me, you know, I say, so, you know, why did you get into the business? Oh, man, you know what? Dude, I want to get a Ferrari. Really? You know, why do you want to get a Ferrari? Tell me more about that. Oh, man, I mean, they're just so fast. Really? They're fast. Well, tell me more about them being fast. Well, you know, I'm in the car, and, you know, they're just like this attention to detail and the quality. Oh, so now it's about the quality. Tell me more about that. Well, you know, it's fast and the quality, and I drive up and I get out and I get the valet and everybody's looking at me going, oh, look at that guy. Ah, so it's really about peer approval. It's really about acceptance from other people. Now, once you get to the core driver, you can start to give yourself more of what you really need, and it will open up a gateway to attract that into your reality. So as an example, if peer approval is what I really want, okay, I need to focus on self-love. Okay, I need to do daily mirror work to, you know, and I encourage you guys to be doing this every single day, right? When you get out of the shower, towel yourself off and say, I love you, first name, just the way you are, okay? I love you, first name, just the way you are. 10 times, guys, okay? Like push-ups, okay? Now, after you do that, you're going to say, I accept myself unconditionally, even though a part of me feels, listen to the words, guys, I accept myself unconditionally, even though a part of me feels that I don't deserve to be successful, okay? Now, what's going to happen is something that's miraculous, okay? I'm getting a massive weight. Look at this. Look at my arms, guys. I can literally go almost an, you know, I'll show you guys this throughout this broadcast so that you'll see this. That this is your success is a radio broadcast frequency. Okay, success is a radio broadcast frequency. Okay, and you can tune into the success vibration like this, like a flash of light. You can be in the success vibration, but it will only happen if you surrender and stop the fight of you against you. Okay, it's not you against the world. Okay, it's you against yourself. And a lot of it stems back to whether or not you love yourself enough to feel worthy, to feel deserving, right? And to have boundaries of what you will and will not accept in your reality, and raise your standards, okay? Raise your standards, okay? So what I'm going to share with you is that we can, you know, when we come into this world, there's two variables to the game, okay, that we have. The first variable is emotions. Otherwise, it would be boring, right? So if we were all just this sparkling, you know, pixie dust energy, right, in the spiritual world, it would be boring. It would be the same thing every single day, day in, day out, day in, day out. Who would ever want that? It's like people that are in the tropics all the time, they start to want to go to an area where there's rain or snow or something, some difference, right? Here's what I will share with you. I worked for 6 months in Cancun, Mexico, okay, for Club Med. And the majority of the time that I was working there, every single day, blue skies, get up again, blue skies, right? And it starts to get almost mundane, right, for us as humans, right? We need variables, okay? So without emotions, there's no variables, there's no roller coaster in the game, and it gets boring, okay? So that's the one variable that you have in the game, emotions, right? The second variable that you get is choice, okay? Now, a lot to do with choice has to do with understanding what is your preferred state of being. Okay, so you've got to write out, right, my preferred state, okay? So you got to get very clear on this, because every time that you get emotionally connected, right, to your preferred state, you can easily and effortlessly start to create the reality that you want for yourself. Okay, you've got to be emotionally connected to your preferred state of being. Okay, so a lot of people start a business, they have no idea what they want. So here's an example. So Tom, give me an idea. Why did you start in NWC? Well, Darren, you know, I'm really ready to change my life. Really? Tell me more about that. 5 words will make you rich, guys. Okay, 5 words will make you rich. Write these down. Tell me more about that. Well, you know, I mean, we've been going through a tough time here, and you know, I'm really ready to change my life, right? I really want to make a lot of money, right? Well, give me an idea. I mean, how much money do you want to make? As much as I can. That's what he's going to get. Nothing. Zero. Because he's not clear. He doesn't have a number. He doesn't know what he even wants, right? And he doesn't know why he wants it. So you've got to get very, very clear, guys. Okay, now here's what I mean by clear. So I say, okay, so just so you know, you're asking for nothing right now, right? When you tell me that you want to make a lot of money, okay, I'll tell you what. Here's a toonie. Okay, are we good? Right? So this is what can happen, guys. So is this success for you? Well, no, Darren, that's not success. Well, what is success, right? So you've got to get very clear on what is your target and what is your intention, okay? So there's a difference between a goal and an intention, Okay, a goal is something that's sitting out there in the future, but an intention has emotion behind it. Big difference, guys. Okay, so you can say, my goal is to make $10,000 a month. The moment that you say my intention moving forward is to make $10,000 a month. It's a big difference to your subconscious mind, okay? So you want to set your intention, okay? That's the first thing. And it has to be a tangible number, okay? It can't be, well, I don't know, as much as I can make. You're going to make nothing. Zero, guys, zero, nothing, okay? So typically when I start a business, I set my intention that within 30 days I'm going to make 10 grand. That's my intention, okay? Now, if I don't believe that to be true, or I think it's not possible, it will never happen in a million years. Okay, hear what I'm saying. If I do not believe, okay, that is possible, it will never happen in a million years. Okay, there's nothing that I can do. I will spin my wheels like this forever, ever, ever, forever, ever, ever, forever and ever. Why is that? Because I don't believe it's possible. Now, what I'm going to share with you guys is actually scientific. Okay, people say to me, Darren, what, you know, how do you know that this is going to be the way? Okay, I'm going to share with you why I know 100% that this is how it works. The scientists were trying to figure out what's everything made up of. Okay, what's this stuff all made up of? Okay, what's this made up of? What's the chair made up of? What's the watch made up of? What's everything made up of? Okay, what's this made up of? Right? So they get it down to the atoms and the molecules. But what are the atoms and the molecules made up of? Now they get it down to the electrons. Okay, now they're trying to figure out, well, what are the electrons made up of? Now here's what happens, is that as they do their research, there's one group of scientists, hear what I'm saying, guys, that believed that those electrons are made up of waves of energy. And the waves of energy come together, and they form the electrons, and the electrons come together, and they form the atoms and the molecules, and the atoms and the molecules form stuff, right? Keep in mind, guys, it's important to know, everything's actually moving. It's an illusion that it's solid. It's actually moving, okay? Now, what happened when they conducted these experiments, and this is laboratory scientific research. This is not a concept. This is not philosophy. This isn't maybe. I'm talking about tests with scientific data that proves that this is correct, okay? Now, when the data came back, it came back 100% conclusive that those little tiny electrons are made up of waves of energy. It wasn't any skewing. There was no other variables, okay? But in some other area of the world, another group of scientists in another laboratory, they believed that those little tiny electrons were made up of particles of matter. And the particles of matter would come together to form the electrons, and those would come together to form the atoms and the molecules, and those would come together to form stuff, right? Keep in mind, it's all moving. Guess what magically happened? The evidence came back 100% conclusive in their laboratory that those electrons are actually particles of matter. So as they start to do more research, they find out something pretty bizarre. Those little tiny electrons have not made up their mind. They're actually both at the same time. What's going to affect what they become? Guess what? It's what you believe. It's what you believe, guys. Those are the two worlds. Okay, those are the two worlds. Now, I'm telling you this story, and I got goosebumps. Look at that. They keep on coming, guys. That is the broadcast. That's the quantum boom. That's what happens. Once you understand these principles, you can steer your own ship now. You're no longer a victim. You're no longer a victim of circumstance, because you realize that three things are going to determine your reality every single day: your thoughts, your words, and your emotions. That's it. That's as simple as it is. Okay? So a lot of people will say, here's the two realities again. Oh, well, Darren, I can't afford to go all in. I don't have the money. Right? That's one reality. Now, the other reality says, what do I need to do to go all in? Look at the contrast between those two worlds. Oh, Darren, I don't have the money to go all in. I'm completely broke. Right? That's one reality. The other reality is, what do I need to do to go all in? How can I get the money and attract it into my reality? Right? Those are two distinct realities, guys. Now, this one over here, oh, I don't know what to do. That's called wounded puppy, right? So imagine a dog that's sitting on a nail, right? It's like, okay, now that message is being broadcast to the electrons, and the electrons think that's what you want. So what do? You get more of that, more struggle, more pain, more hardship, more blockers, more people saying no, more people trying to pitch you every time that you go out to exchange with people. Now, why is that? Right? Because that is your communicative frequency. Okay? Now, this one over here is the world of infinite possibilities. This world over here is the attractor factor, right? So what I want to do now that you've got that baseline, okay? You've got the baseline. The first thing that you need to do as a successful entrepreneur is define what is your intention. Why did you even start your business in the first place? Do you want to make 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, $250,000, $1 million, multiple millions? What do you want to make, right? That's step one. Now, if you are not congruent with that, I don't care what your number is, guys, okay? You could say, Darren, I want to start with $2,500 a month. Okay. Now, if you get the chemical in your stomach, you are not congruent with your subconscious mind. Okay. If you get that chemical shot in your stomach, you are not congruent with your subconscious mind. It will not happen. Okay. Drop the number down. Okay. The only thing that is going to resist this, guys, is your ego, just so you know. Right? Don't be afraid to start with a number that's congruent with your subconscious. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, so somebody's ultimate goal might be that they want to become a millionaire, but their stepping stone that's congruent with where they're at, with cleaning up their own timeline, right? With getting through their deservability, worthiness, self-love, and boundaries, their congruency with their own subconscious mind might only be at $1,000 a month. That's no big deal, guys. Don't be embarrassed about it. Don't be ashamed about it, because you're only congruent. Your power chakra here goes on when you think about $1,000 a month, right? $1,000 a month, just so you know, would save $500 a month would save 50% of all the divorces that happen. $500 and the bankruptcies. 500 measly dollars would save those marriages and save those people from going bankrupt. $500, okay? So realize that this is going to be a stepping stone that you're going to go through to be able to, okay, somebody keeps on jumping in and jumping off here. Who is that keeps on jumping in and jumping off? Is that Ama one? Is that you? If you got a bad connection, can you just please watch this on YouTube, because it's really distracting. Seriously.
It's not. This is the second time I
Okay,
logged in.
who's jumping in and jumping off? Guys, you know that it's either you or it's not you that's jumping in and jumping off. So please just tell me who it is. You can watch this on YouTube and not disturb, you know, what I'm trying to deliver here right now. Who's jumping in and jumping off? Okay, I'm going to be aware of it. If it happens one more time, guys, I'm telling you, yeah, I got to just, you know, disrespect the fact that, you know, I'm delivering a lot of information here for everybody, and it's not fair to the rest of the group. If you don't have a solid internet connection right now, you need to just go. Okay, so it was Alma one. Okay. Okay, so I lost my train of thought here. Let's hold on a sec. Okay, so basically, okay, so your power chakra, okay, right here, okay? If you are congruent with the number, you will feel, you know, this high level energy in your body. If you're not congruent with the number, you'll feel almost like this nervous feeling in your stomach, right? That's how to know what your first target should be, right? Because if it's, here's an example. Let's take somebody that's making, right now, their full-time job, right? They're making, say, $5,000 a month, okay? Full-time. They're working like 40 to 60 hours a week, and they're making $5,000 a month. And I say, well, you know, give me an idea. I mean, you know, what kind of an income do you want to make, right? And they say, Darren, I want to make $25,000 a month, right? And I go, really? So how much time can you allocate to your business? You know, about 2 hours a day, right? Okay. And what sort of a budget have you applied to be able to get your launch into liftoff? And they say, well, I don't have a budget, okay? Right away, your subconscious mind is going to do this. Yeah, right. It's never going to happen, guys. Literally, you will never, ever hit that goal, okay? Because here's what your subconscious mind says. Okay, hold on a second. Wait a second here. I'm working 40 to 60 hours a week for $5,000 a month. I've got no money to launch my business for a marketing and advertising campaign. I'm in at the lowest level of the deal, right? But I want to make $25,000 a month. Really? For 2 hours a day. It won't happen, guys. Honestly. Get a number that's congruent with your subconscious that you can relate to, okay? So if I was in a situation, as an example, where I've never ever made any money online before, ever, let's say, okay? Here would be my first goal, right? Recruit 4 people. That's my first goal, right? That's my only goal. It's my only target. I'm going to recruit 4 people. That's it. That's all I'm doing, right? So my entry at, you know, $184.95, that's something that my subconscious can believe to be true. Okay, so let's figure out what that would actually be. So let's, and keep in mind, guys, if you've been online before and you have made money, right, then obviously a different story, right? If you've been online and you already have had $1,000 day, or you've already had a $3,000 to $5,000 day, that's a different story. You're dealing in a different zone, right, of congruency with your subconscious mind. But if you've never made a penny before, you've never had any success as an entrepreneur, don't set yourself up for failure. The longer the period of time goes that you've set this ginormous intention to make $10,000 a month, but you've never even made a sale before, you've never even recruited anybody before, right? This is what's going to happen, right, with the vibration. You're going to keep on missing your target, and then you're going to start beating yourself up, right, for not getting it, right? It's almost like you start feeling disappointed and guilty for not being able to hit your target. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Right? It's called congruency, being congruent, right, with what it is that you want to achieve. Okay, so let's say, as an example, I've never made a penny online before, and I'm going to recruit 4 people. Now, I want for you guys to understand how profound this is of what I'm going to share with you right now. And when you get this, When you get this, guys, it'll shift a lot of the stuff in your reality, okay? It's like 0.01% of the entire industry, okay? The entire industry. I'm talking about Amway, Prepaid Legal, Melaleuca, Nerium, Visalis, Empower Network, iPass, you know, all these different companies that are out there, right? USANA, all these different ones that do, you know, skincare and LifeVantage and antioxidants and energy drinks, all these different companies that are out there, there is a little tiny minuscule of people that make more than $400 a month. Hear what I'm saying, guys, okay? A little tiny minuscule of people that make more than $400 a month, okay? Now, if you go out and you apply what I'm going to teach you today, and you get just 4 people, okay? Guess where your number is already? Look where your number is. You're already at $350 per month in residual income. Now, I want for you to understand this, guys, because I'll tell you what, you're almost at the point right there where 50% of the families that are going through divorce and bankruptcy wouldn't have to declare bankruptcy just by recruiting their first 4 people. But I want for you to project your mind, because this is going to open up a gateway in your subconscious mind, because you're going to go like this: holy crap, okay? 350 times 12 is $4,200 a month. I mean, a year, rather. So your subconscious mind, after you recruit 4 people, let's say that you're making $4 grand a month, your subconscious mind is going to go, holy crap, I just worked an extra month. It's going to tap on to the end of the year. Think about this. So you recruit 4 people, that's only $350, but in the year, you're at $4,200. Now, this is how you start to grow this exponentially and open up the gateway to your subconscious mind, where your subconscious mind is already going, hey, awesome, you're doing really good, right? This is the number that your subconscious mind is going to start to see, not the 350, the 4,200, guys, okay? This is how you can trick your subconscious mind to open up the gateway to bigger numbers, okay? So here's what I do when I start these type of businesses. Now, keep in mind, guys, I mean, I've been at this for a while, so, you know, a lot of people, what they do is they start a business and they go, I want to duplicate exactly what Darren did, right? Well, that might not be possible, right? Because I've been at this for a while, so I have an audience there. I have people that, you know, if I put out an announcement of, holy cow, there's something big is coming, right? You know, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help 50 families add $100,000 a year to their income, and here's what it's going to roll out. You know, if that's something that would interest you, hit me up on private message and say, send me the info, okay? So when I did my liftoff campaign, I took a compressed amount of energy, pop, right? So it was about 5 to 7 days. So I told people for 5 to 7 days, this is my intention, right? I set an intention. My intention is I'm helping 50 families add an extra $100,000 a year to their income, right? Because they only need 48 people. Okay, now if you compare this to any other company, I don't care what company is out there, there's nobody out there right now that can match these numbers, okay? 48 people at $184.95, and you're making $100,000 a year, guys. And that's 40 people in your pay line, okay? Now, what that means is you don't have to even bring in all of those people yourself, okay? Because 2 are pass-ups from every single person. So that 48 number can drop down considerably. You could actually divide it by 3, right? So now you got what? What's the number? 16, I think. Okay, so 16 times 3 is 48. Okay, so in other words, that if I had 16 people and each one of them brought 2 in each, right, it's going to start to compound up, right? 16 times 2, right, plus the original 16. So now the number's even dropped even less, right? So all you want to be doing in the first stage of your business is don't be worried about how many people you've got. This is where people go wrong in this type of a business model. Here's what you want, okay? Here's what you want to look for. There's 2 types of people that get into this type of a business model. Network marketing, MLM, affiliate sales, online marketing, 2 types of people, okay? They're either in a state of what's called transition, or they've reached a breaking point in their life, okay? That's called the low-hanging fruit. Now, in the event that you know this, just from me telling you this, I have literally saved you 3 to 5 years of pain and hardship in this industry. No joke, okay? So there's 2 types of people that you're targeting. They're in a state of transition, and they've reached a breaking point in their life, okay? So I want to just have you guys see this for real, because it's going to blow you away. Dan, can you unmute for a sec?
Hey, Derek.
Dan, when you got into Millionaire, yeah, I can hear you. When you got into Millionaire Mentoring and you got on this path, you know, with Black Ops training and whatnot, were you in a state of transition, a breaking point, or both?
I'd say breaking point.
Breaking point. Okay, great. Dawn, can you unmute, please?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Dawn, when you first heard about National Wealth Center and you got involved, were you in a state of transition, breaking point, or both?
Both.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Both. Okay, great. You guys are going to be floored when you see this. Esteban, unmute for a sec.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Esteban, when you got into Black Ops training and you started on this path in Millionaire Mentoring, were you in a state of transition, a breaking point, or both?
Both.
Both.
Both of them.
Okay, great. Who do we got? Gilberto, can you unmute, please?
Yes, Aaron, I'm here.
Okay. So, Gilberto, when you got into National Wealth Center, at the point of your life, were you in transition, breaking point, or both?
Transition.
Transition. Thank
Yes.
you. Helen, can you unmute, please?
Hi.
Okay. Helen, when you got involved with us in Millionaire Mentoring again, were you in a state of transition, a breaking point in your life, or both?
Transition.
Transition. Okay. Mateo, can you unmute, please?
Hey, do you hear me?
Yeah. Were you in a state of transition, a breaking point, or both?
Transition.
Transition. Okay. Michelle, can you unmute, please?
Darren?
Okay. Michelle, were you in a transition, a breaking point, or both?
Transition, definitely.
Transition. Okay. And she's got some construction going on there in her house. Okay. Guys, do you realize that I have literally saved you 3 to 5 years of bashing your head against the wall just by you seeing that? And until you actually see it on a panel like this, it doesn't have the same amount of impact. I can say it as much as I can, but when you witness it like this and you realize those are your people, that's your target market. Now, what is a state of transition, okay? Amma1, can you do me a favor, please, pal? Can you watch this, please, on YouTube? Because you keep on popping in and popping off. So go to the link, get the YouTube, and watch it on YouTube. Okay, please? Okay, please. Thanks. Thanks. So basically, what I want to share with you guys is that a state of transition, what would a state of transition be? State of transition is somebody who is in between careers, they just got transferred or moved. A state of transition is that they got corporate downsized, they just got cut back, laid off, pink slipped, they finished their contract, they're in a situation where they just moved from one city to another city. Those are states of transition. They could be with one network marketing company, and that network marketing changed their marketing plan, and they lost 50% of their paycheck, and now they're really pissed. So they're looking for something new. They could have been in a situation where their network marketing company just completely closed, right, or went under, right? It happens all the time, right? They could be in a situation where you know, new management team came in, right, and they just didn't, it wasn't a fit anymore, so now they're looking to transition to something else. They could have just got divorced, separated. Those are all states of transition. Now let's talk about a state of what's called a breaking point. Okay. Now breaking points typically are when you've got credit card debt. That's a breaking point. You got home foreclosure. That's a breaking point. You've got car repo, that's a breaking point. You got a situation where you got kids at home, one or two of them got sick, you can't find a babysitter, you got to do something where you say you're a waiter or waitress and you call in to get your shift changed. They won't do it for you. They either tell you that you come in or you're going to get fired. Your kids are more important. That's a breaking point, right? Creditors calling you all the time. That's a breaking point. Your boss telling you that they want you to work after hours, have a report done for tomorrow, work the entire weekend to get something done. Those are all breaking points where you draw a line in the sand and you say, this is a bunch of BS. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going for a life of freedom, right? Does this make sense, guys? Okay. So before I go live here, the first thing that I want to share with you is that we as human beings are either in what's called a peak or we are in a valley in life. Okay, and people go through peaks and valleys like this all the way through their life. Okay, so somebody can be making, you know, $150,000 a year, and then they get laid off, and now they're not making any, and they use all of their savings just to survive while they're looking for a new job or they're looking for a new career maybe, right? So that they go from a peak to a valley, right? Now the most amount of your learning is actually going to happen in your valley, just so you know, right? That's where you're going to do the most amount of personal growth. That's where you're going to do the most amount of stepping into becoming a leader. That's going to be where you're going to learn the most about this right here. Okay, and how to master your mind, because you can turn it around very fast, guys, very fast. Okay, once you take responsibility, until that happens, you will be spinning your wheels because you haven't got the lesson. You've not got the universal lesson yet. Okay, until you can own that the whole spiral is all being created to you, by you, for you to get to your personal breakthrough, you're not allowed to advance. Sorry, guys, you're not allowed to advance in the game until you get this universal lesson. Okay? The spiral going down, right, is all being created to you, by you, for you, so that you can get so much emotion that you can let it out of your body. Okay, and that is your breakthrough, right? When the emotions come out and you finally surrender and you stop because when you're in a spiral, guys, your Pandora's box in your chest will go, it'll keep on bubbling up, like this, right? When you're talking about things, when you're talking about your circumstances, you can hear it in somebody's voice when you're talking to them. If they're in a spiral, right, you can hear it in their voice, right? They haven't let those emotions out of their body. Once you can free your body of that, now speak into the reality what you want, right? You can start to think about what you want, speak about what you want, and get emotionally connected to your future preferred state reality, and then lasso it right into your body, right? And that's when it becomes exciting. You can actually trick time, guys, right, once you learn this. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you guys here is that the business model that we are actually in, right, unbeknownst to most people that start a business like this, is personal development. It's actually a leadership business model. People get into starting a business like this, and it's a different type of selling, okay? Now, if you came from real estate, mortgage broker, insurance agent, if you've been in the automotive industry, those are all what are called features and benefits business models, okay? Features and benefits. So real estate would be, how many bedrooms does it have? How many square feet does it have? How many bathrooms does it have? Those are all features and benefits. Where is it located, right? Those are all features and benefits. Then you got the car. It's got power steering and power brakes, and it's got you know, leather interior, and it's got low profile tires, and it's, you know, got rack and pinion steering. Whatever that situation is, those are all features and benefits. And now the difference between that model and this model, okay, is we are in what's called a problem-solving model, a people-connecting model. So as a networker, you have to be very good at being a go-to person. So a good networker, you tell me that you're having car problems. Well, I know a guy who's a top mechanic. You tell me that you got a leak in your roof. Well, I know a guy who's a contractor. You tell me that you know, just had a problem with a car accident, and I tell you I know a lawyer that handles ICBC work. That is a good networker. Networkers connect you to people that can help you solve your problem, right? That's a good networker. Networkers, they can literally, if you're sitting with a good networker and they tell you about their problem, right? Or you tell them about their problem, they can go, oh, hold on a sec. Okay. Hey, Tom. Yeah. Okay, listen, I'm just with a buddy of mine, Barry. Okay, he's having this problem right now. Okay, you guys got to talk. He hands you the phone. That's a good networker, right? The networker solves people's problems. Well, what's their problem? I don't know. Nobody's going to have the same problem, guys. That's what people don't realize. Every person's going to have a different problem, right? And they will not share their problem or their pain with you unless you connect with them. They will not share, they will not be vulnerable, they will not open up and be a naked soul unless you connect with them, okay? So if you walk into a retail store and you're like, can I help you, sir? People are like, I'm good, I'm just looking, I'm okay, right? That's called pushback, right? It's the natural, normal thing to do. Now, here's what I'll share with you. When somebody says, you gotta check out my deal, have I got a deal for you? What's the first thing that you say? I'm not interested. I'm not interested, okay? Everybody that is already in this industry, they already think they've got their own ticket to the promised land, right? So somebody's in USANA or Melaleuca, they might not be making a penny, but they think that they already have their ticket to the promised land, okay? That's what they think in their mind. So you've got to come up with innovative ways to be able to give them value to be able to help them solve their problem. Okay, so here's an example. It doesn't matter what company a person is in. If they come to Millionaire Mentoring on Saturdays, I can tell you 100% they will turn into a top recruiter. 100%. Okay? 100%. People that have never had any success ever before their entire lives that go through my training, top recruiters, right? Even people that have struggled for 10 years, top recruiters. How's that possible? How did Eric Green go from 10 years of struggle to having a $70,000 month, right, this last year, to $70,000 month? How did Rex Harris go from struggling in online marketing to make 60 grand in 90 days and make 14,000 in 5 days? So it doesn't matter what company that you're with. What matters is, do you understand the business? Do you understand providing value to other people's lives? Okay? Now, everybody that's in the industry is going to have the same problems. Same problems, guys. Okay? Now, I'm going to share my screen here, and I want to just share with you, you know, the bigger picture here of, you know, the industry. Bigger picture of understanding this model. Okay. Now, a lot of people will go, can you guys see my Facebook page? Somebody unmute, can you see my Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, so what I want to share with you guys is this. You'll notice that a lot of the stuff that I talk about is actually about personal development. Now, why would that be? Why would I talk so much about personal development? Is because I know that we are in a leadership, personal development business model, right? And I know that the people that I want to attract are already on the path of personal development, right? That makes sense, doesn't it? That if I want to attract the right type of positive people that are on the right path, and I don't want to attract the broke victims, right? I'm not going to be, you know, pitching them on a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm going to be talking about leadership. I'm going to be talking about mindset, right? Now, when this starts happening, where people start to share the information virally, okay? So these people are sharing the information on their walls, which is going to further promote your brand. Okay, so I want for you guys to understand this from a marketing perspective, okay? Because it's one thing for you to do something, but if it starts going viral through other people, that's where your brand is going to start to get noticed, okay? Hear what I'm saying, guys? Okay, so I'm not talking about a business opportunity here. Okay, so it says, until you make a decision that you're worth more, until you decide that abundance is your birthright, until you want success more than you want to breathe, until you are so driven inside that you will do absolutely everything to get to your dream, you'll always find an excuse. Know that you're worthy. Know that there's not enough money in the world that can pay you for your worth. Then set your intention and get emotionally connected to your dream. Start providing value and start solving people's problems. That's what it's going to take you and your business to the next level. This is literally a snapshot, guys, of what you need to do to become a seven-figure income earner in this industry. Right here, in a couple of paragraphs, right? So the biggest challenge that most people have with the business model is this first part, okay? So they're actually resisting success. They're repelling success away. They don't feel worthy or deserving, and they haven't reached that breaking point where they want success more than they can breathe. So it almost becomes a part-time kind of hobby. You know, maybe I'll show up for training, maybe I won't, I don't know, I'm kind of busy, I want to go to a movie, I don't know, what's on TV tonight, I don't know, I'm kind of tired, you know, all the kids, let's go, you know, I don't know, I'll get to it on the weekend. hey, have you done your three-dimensional vision board yet? Well, no, I was thinking I'll do that on the weekend. I'm going to do it next weekend. Yeah, maybe next weekend. Have you done your setting your intention and your I am proclamation statements? Well, no, I started on it, but I didn't get around to it. I didn't finish it. That person is never going to succeed, guys, ever. Because there's always going to be another excuse, another excuse, another excuse. Oh, yeah, I was tired. Oh, we had traffic. I'm going to do it after dinner, maybe next week, maybe next month. That won't work, okay? So you have to get emotionally connected to your dream like it's your last breath of oxygen if you're ever going to really become successful, okay? Okay. Now, this is something that I do, guys, that's called piggyback marketing. Piggyback marketing. And I do this because it allows me to get brand recognition from other things that people are already familiar with. Okay, so everybody knows, well, I mean, if they've been around, they probably have seen Austin Powers or one of the Austin Powers movies. So I piggyback off of Austin Powers to get my brand more out there, right? Whether or not, like when people are scrolling the news feed, I know that they're going to see it and then they're going to go, oh, what's that? And read this. Okay, this is called piggyback marketing. Yeah, if you follow my campaigns, you'll see that I do this a lot. Okay. Now, what I will share with you is that as a leader, if you really want to be a top marketer, you really need to learn how to use PowerPoint. Okay, PowerPoint is very simple to use. It's a presentation program that every leader in every corporation has ever. You have to know how to use PowerPoint. If you're in senior level management, you have to know how to use PowerPoint. Bottom line, if you can't do a PowerPoint presentation and present your data to a group of people, you can't even be senior level management, right? You certainly can't be a vice president, and you certainly will never be a CEO if you cannot present information to other people. That is called leadership, right? Leadership, where you learn something, now you share what you just learned. That is called being a leader. You learn something, you implement it for a while, and now you share your data or you share your results of how you were able to solve a problem that everybody else has and how to create a solution to that problem. Okay, that is just a standard leadership. Okay, now what do we have here? More personal development. Nothing gives me greater satisfaction than seeing people have their personal breakthrough. In order to do that, you have to take ownership that the only thing standing between you and your dream is you. 4 key areas: deservability, worthiness, self-love, boundaries. The resistance comes when you do not allow the abundance to flow in. It is you resisting. Stop it and just surrender. Love yourself more. This is the blocker, guys, just so you know. That's why I tell all my students daily to do the mirror work, because what is between you and your success is that you don't love yourself enough. Okay, so what's going to open up this gateway? What's going to open up the gateway is gratitude. Gratitude is going to open up the gateway. Gratitude. Be grateful for what you have while you pursue what you want. Okay, so gratitude is going to be the gateway. Okay, this is a post on leadership, right? What else we got? Okay, now this is stuff that I post on my wall here is also inspirational. This is about some people that are in Paralympics. This guy's only got one leg, but he outruns all the rest of the people in the gym. There's a lady that comes in and she's completely blind, but she's a black belt in karate, and she takes out every single person in the martial arts competition. This is wild. Okay, so these, just so you know, guys, are leads. Okay, a lot of people don't understand this about Facebook. These right here are leads. Right here. Okay, so I put up a post, and it's generated, I don't know, 40 some odd leads right here. Now, I want for you to understand the business model that you are in is a leadership business model, a business model about helping people to solve their problems. Well, what are their problems? Do you think that Mike Reed is going to have the same problem as Larry Cohen? No. Is Kathleen going to have the same problem as Stephen? No. Right? So I don't just go, hey, Stephen, have I got a deal for you? Okay, I can tell right now he's a network marketer, right? So what are some of the things that I might want to find out from Stephen? How long has he been in bioagiletics, right? Does he do it full-time or part-time? If he doesn't do it full-time, he's broke, okay? Because if a person typically is making enough money to have a full-time income and be free, then they're free, right? They don't work another job, right? Now, that's not all the time, it's most of the time, okay? But it's a good judge. So how long you been in bioagiletics or Adelix? 2 years. Are you doing it full-time or part-time? Part-time, he's broke, right? How big's your team? 10 people. What's your monthly marketing and advertising budget? I don't have one. Who's your mentor? I don't have one. I can help him just by asking those questions, okay? How long you been in? Do you do it full-time or part-time? How big is your team? What's your monthly marketing and advertising budget? And who's your mentor? Okay, 5 questions, and I know everything about your business, okay? Because most people don't have a mentor, and they don't have a monthly marketing and advertising budget. Huge problem, guys. Huge problem. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you here now is if I'm reaching out to people, I'm going to, if I have, isn't it interesting here that a lot of these people that are reading my content, I'm not even friends with. Look at this. Look at this. Add friend, add friend, add friend. They're not even friends of mine that are interacting with my content. I'll almost be 95% that these people are in network marketing, okay? Because I'm talking about the personal development industry. And once you guys realize this is a leadership business model, this is a personal development business model, it will completely and totally change your marketing, right? Because you'll be providing value that will help people have personal breakthroughs versus pitching your deal, okay? Now, can you still, talk about, your company and that it only needs 48 people to make $100,000 a year? Absolutely. But don't go business post, business post, business post, business post, business post, because you will turn off your people and they will not see you. It's like the person that cried wolf. Okay, it's like somebody that comes into a lounge with a megaphone and starts, hey, everybody, step right up here, step right, hey, everybody, can I get your attention, please? Don't do that, okay? This is social media, guys. Social media, okay? Okay, now you'll notice that there's a couple things that I do here on my wall. One is that this is just the truth. I call people out that do this, and I put it right on my wall. Every time someone sends me their 6-paragraph expose out of nowhere on their company, products, managed team, and comp plan, I think to myself, are you for real? You don't even get this business model or what it means to provide value to other people's lives. Next. Oh, wait a second. Let me drop everything that I'm doing and follow a spammer that doesn't even know how to build relationships. Not. Okay? Now, a lot of people get this done to them. This just generated me 43 more leads. Right? Now, I can guarantee you guys that almost all of these people right here, these are all network marketers. I'll put money on it. And if they're not all network marketers, probably 90 to 95% of them are. Now, isn't this interesting? I'm not even friends with these people. Look at them. right? Look at the ones here that are coming in. The top ones are friends, the bottom ones aren't. So what do we have here? Here's people that I've never had any correspondence with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 people, and 3 of them have sent me friend requests. Now, why is that? Think about that, guys, right? Okay, so what do we have here? There is no separation between you and success. You are success. Just like the water is to the ocean, the water is the ocean. But look what happened. This starts to go viral, guys. That means that my brand is now on Earl Formata's wall, it's on Adalia's wall, it's on Jamie's wall, it's on Christopher's wall, and they now have people interacting with that message, seeing the brand, okay? Now, every time somebody hits this like button, there's going to be a little message that pops up here that says Darren Little, Darren Little, Darren Little, Darren Little, Darren Little, Darren Little, and that can be your brand too. So what you want to understand is that if you can get interaction going and people chatting, like 13 comments here, okay, now this particular post, guys, is called team edification. Now, what do I mean by team edification? That means that if somebody on your team has success, you want to showcase them. Now, if a person is in what I call lack energy, or they're not tapped into the abundance mindset, here's what those people will do. Well, I'm not posting them on the wall. I mean, somebody's going to contact this guy and say, hey, what's your secret? What are you working on? How did you have all this success? I don't want to give up those signups. Okay, that's what a person says that's in lack. Okay, but this is a holographic universe. It's a holographic universe, and you can have whatever you want. We can every single person on this planet can be a millionaire, guys, just so you know, right? So that's called team edification. Okay, this is one that's about the industry in general. Okay, so it says, is residual income real or an illusion? Many people talk about true walkaway income in network marketing. But is it real or is it an illusion? If it was really true walkaway income, wouldn't we all have residual income coming in from every network marketing company we've ever been with? Yes, the money comes each month if you're a leader. Listen to this, what I'm saying, guys. It's important that you get this. Yes, the money comes in each month if you're a leader and if you actually working your program providing value and training, okay, that's going to help people solve their problems. But don't kid yourself. The moment you take your foot off the gas and stop bringing in new reps and fueling your duplication by providing leadership, the attrition factor over time will dry up your residual income and it becomes less and less each month. I still get residual income that comes in from programs that I've done years ago, but not the big income that comes in from the programs that I'm working full time. Now, this is important for you guys to understand this. You know, like, is the money that I get from programs, you know, what you would call residual? Sure it is. You know, my Lead System Pro generates for me anywhere from $500 to $2,000 a month. Empower Network generates a few $1,000s. iPass generates a few $1,000s. You know, AWeber sends me a check every month. You know, different affiliate programs that I'm with. Power Lead System. You know, I probably made $6,000 off of that. I think my Lead System Pro has probably generated me about 40 grand, right? You know, the iPass Empower Network, probably like $250,000. But what I'm saying to you is if you are not working your program and you are not recruiting and you're not providing value to people to help them solve their problems, don't expect that your income is going to stick around. Don't expect that your income is that you're locked in for your $10,000 when you're not even showing up for your team. Okay, because it just doesn't work that way, guys. Okay, realize that if you're not providing value to your team, they will quit and join another leader that is. really critical, guys. This right here, if you are not providing value to your team, they will quit and they will join another leader that is. Then bye-bye residual income. Keep this in mind as you're building your empire. What's been your experience? Okay, now once again, 4 shares, so that's start, you know, it means that the message is showing up on other people's walls, but there's also some interaction going on here. Now, Steve Lawson owns his own network marketing company, right, or his own affiliate marketing company, and he's the first one to chime in. So I can tell from that I'm on the right path, right? If my message is attracting the right buyers, okay, so here, Michael Jeffers, he is a he's pulling like 10,000 a month over at LifeVantage, right? So you want to start to, you know, build relationships, guys. Just because somebody's not in your company, it doesn't mean that you can't have a relationship with them, or you can't edify them on your wall as a leader, right? Or that you can't do a joint venture with them. Okay, now I'm going to share with you this. I'm in iPass and Empower Network, and Scott Rayleigh is not on my personal team. Okay, he was in another team. We met at a conference, but he's now running a advertising co-op that I'm doing for my subconscious mind tapping product. Okay, Todd Witherspoon was not on my team either, but we are now business partners rolling out a whole line of personal development products. Okay, so we weren't on the same team, guys, and this is what I want for you to really understand about leadership, is that you want to position yourself as a leader. That's your goal, right? And that means getting to know other leaders and seeing what you can do to provide value to them. What can you do? And you go, well, Darren, I don't know anything. Okay, well then, how about this? How about we move into the other reality of what could I do today to become a leader? What could I do today to provide value to somebody else's life, right? So hopefully this is making sense, guys, okay? Okay. Now keep in mind, so if I scroll down this and I go, okay, how many leads can I generate in a day? Okay, well, there's 9 leads there. There's another 4. There's another 9. There's another 43. There's 5. There's another 4. There's another 21. Right? So, you know, and keep in mind, guys, you don't need thousands or tens of thousands of people in order to get a business off the ground. Okay? All you guys need is 4. Okay? So what I'm going to share with you is that just from one day's effort of putting out content, I can guarantee you that if I talk to these 9 people and I just say a quick hello and ask them how their day is going, and I change their state or I get them to laugh, they will start sharing with me their real life. Okay, look, so Robert Hollis, this guy's made like $48 million in network marketing, and he's showing up on my wall. Right? This is what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not even sure if we're actually even okay. Yeah. So we are following each other, but you can tell a lot about the content, right? By who are you attracting. So you want to start paying attention, guys. Right? Now, in the event that you're not attracting the right people, right? Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit Dr. Poulos deep trance identification. Maybe do another vision board and get clear on what you want and why it is that you want it. Maybe listen to an audio today. Maybe listen to Esther and Jerry Hicks, or do some reading to start to expand your mind to get into possibility thinking, right? Think and Grow Rich, the science behind getting rich, you know, ask and it is given. You know, As a Man Thinketh, all of these personal development related type of books, you can either get them on book or audio, are going to help to increase your vibrational frequency, okay? Okay. So let's just take a quick okay. So let's just take a quick look here. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to give you guys an idea of how I actually do this. So when I decide that I want to recruit, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find something that is kind of personal development related, that hits the market that I want to hit. Okay, so this says life holds special magic for those who dare to dream. Okay, so this is kind of in the market of personal development. It's kind of, you know, what we talk about dream building and helping to get people tapped into their personal power. So this is kind of on the same path of personal development. Okay, so I'm going to put that out, and then I'm going to ask a question. Okay, so I'm going to say, in the home-based business industry, what's most important to you? Okay, so I'm going to start off with products. Number 2, the management team. Number 3, the comp plan. Number 4, okay, so we have products, we've got comp plan, we got management team, we've got size of the potential market. All of the above. Okay, now what you'll find is that if you put out material like this, you typically will get a lot of people interacting with your post. Okay, so so this is what I call bait. Okay, this is bait. So this is like me, I'm going fishing and I just throw out a net and my net is starting to get potential fish. Okay, so I got 2 potential fish while I was working on this. Okay, so let's find out what's going on with Brett. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is, okay, so I'm seeing that he's doing Forex trading. Okay, let's see, he just commented. Okay, so he says all of the above. So he's now commented 2 times on my wall in the last couple of minutes. Okay, now a lot of people, they'll just go, oh, that's nice, right? That's not business, guys. Business is about relationships, okay? And you have to make a deposit into other people's lives. So I'm going to just say, hey, Brett, how's it going? How is your day so far? Okay. So now I'm going, so he's building his Forex account. The trading group I'm in is freaking awesome. We're the only Facebook trading group to collectively make 500K in 1 week. Okay, so he's doing Forex trading. I talked to him about my son last time. You'll notice that I actually send pictures, guys, and you know, I can't fake this stuff, guys. I can't fake it because this is my live account. So this is when I was talking to him. I was showing some results that I had with iPass when it rolled out. You know, I'd done like 149 sales, all automated. I showed him some cash flow that came in on one day. It was almost $4,000 on Christmas Boxing Day. I see you're really killing it in Power. My deal's going well. I made a couple $100 extra this morning, but it was only a demo account. So he's on the path right now of doing his trading. Okay. How's your day so far? Okay. So I'm going to say it's going. Now my goal, guys, listen to what I'm saying. My goal is to get him to an LOL. Okay, it's going amazing. I seem to get more work done on the weekend versus the weekday. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to hide that thing there. Okay, now I'm going to send another thing like this to see if I can get an LOL. Okay, I got an LOL. See that, guys? So my goal is to get the person to an LOL. If that means I've changed their state. So if you can change a person's state, now they start to open up and tell you their real life, okay? We are heading into the winter and rainy season here in Vancouver, and I think it's time to go someplace sunny. But now I'm going to probably give another LOL, see if I can do it one more time. Okay. So what I want to find out from Brett is that I'm going to just see. Okay, so I want to find out just how is his Forex trading? Oh, how is Forex trading going? Still kicking butt. Okay, now I want to talk about his world. Because if I could show him how to get an extra $100,000 to put into his Forex trading account, and he only needed 48 people, and he could leverage off of my Black Ops training every Saturday, he might be open. So keep in mind, I'm not going to be pitching on my reality. I'm going to say I want to show him how he might be able to benefit in his reality by maybe being part of my reality. See how that works, guys? So if his passion is Forex trading and he does that full time, I'm now going to say, you know, if there was a way that you could get an extra $100,000 quickly to throw into Forex trading, is that something that might interest you? Right? Now, when I say that, I'm going to be emotionally detached from his answer. Okay? Hear what I'm saying, guys. I don't care whether he says yes or no. Okay? I'm not emotionally attached to what he says. Okay? In the event that he says, no, not really, I go, cool, what do you got planned for the weekend? Okay? So I never put any type of pressure on the relationship. I never put any type of stress I'm not pushing him into something. You know, I might say after, how's Forex to Trade going? I go, are you doing that full-time now or part-time? Right? Because I want to see if he's open to other things. And I'm going to say, is it your passion? Because if it's not his passion, I want to find out what his real passion is. Okay, so if Forex trading is his passion, I want to show him how I can get him another 100 grand to put into Forex trading. Okay, if he goes, no, it's not really my passion. My passion's really, you know, windsurfing, right? Well, why don't you windsurfing 5 days a week, right? So all of this stuff is going to be all about him. It's not about me. It's not about my deal, right? It's it's all about the relationship. Okay, let's see what he says. Okay. So after he tells me, I'm going to ask him if he's doing it, if that's what he's doing full time, if that's what he's doing full time. Okay, so mine's loaded, ready to roll. Now, typically what I do with this, someplace sunny and warm, sounds like a great idea. I'm still going strong in Forex. Okay. Okay, doing it full-time now or part-time? Okay, so this is going to allow me now to get a temperature gauge on where he's sort of at with his life, right? Because if he's doing it part-time, typically means that he's not making enough money to leave his job, right? Similar format, guys. So what I want to share with you here is that these strategies, I can literally take anybody. You can take anybody as long as they're a positive person, they're into personal development, and they have the potential to become a leader. You can take any person, doesn't matter who they are, online, offline, and use these strategies to become a top recruiter. The person that asks the questions controls the conversation. Hear this very clearly. The person that asks the questions controls the conversation. So if you do not have a question there and you go blank, you have lost control. If they come back and ask you a question, okay, part-time, and it's able to withdraw 7 figures without killing my account. Okay. So he's doing it part-time. Okay, so that means he's not making enough to be financially free. Okay, so I'm going to ask him, what is it that you are doing in the daytime then? I think he told me before he was a property manager, but I'm just, I'm not 100%. What is it that you are doing now in the daytime? Okay, now typically I would already have 3 or 4 other conversations going here, guys. I just want to, I don't want you guys to move into split consciousness here too fast. I want for you to understand that we've already generated 9 new leads here in this little time that we've been, and we've already attracted a 7-figure income earner. Adalia just launched The Power of Women. You know, she's stepping into a leadership role. John Diaz is another network marketer, right? Underground coal mining 3rd shift. Okay, so, wow. Is it your passion? Of course, he's going to probably say LOL or go, yeah, give me a break. Now I want to know what his passion is. What's your real passion? So I want to find out how much money does he need to be able to live his passion. Now, how many things have I talked about my company, my products, my comp plan, my opportunity? How much have you seen me talk about any of that? None of it, okay? None of it. because that's not the business model, guys. Okay, we're still trying to get to his pain, his problem, and his passion. We don't know what it is yet. It doesn't sound like he's loving underground coal mining, right? He says definitely no, right? I love to invent things and make people's lives better and easier. Okay, so I'm going to say, really? Tell me more about that. 5 words, guys, will make you rich, okay? If you want to take a relationship that you have to another level, if you want to take the communication with your children to a new level, if you want to take the communication with your parents, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, when they tell you something and you want to probe further down so that they can share more, so that they will feel more fulfilled, say these 5 words. Tell me more about that, okay? 5 words, guys, will make you rich, okay? So what that allows to happen is that I don't hold any patents yet, but I'm working on it. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I'm going to say now, how much money do you need to be able to leave coal mining to pursue your passion full time? Okay. Now, he's an entrepreneur, so I may be able to show him. You always have to, it's all about the other person, guys. Okay, so this is almost like a little bit of a Rubik's Cube, because I have to be able to show him how he can actually use what I have to get him what he wants. Okay, how can I show him that with only 48 people and plugging into my Black Ops training that he can get $100,000 pretty fast? Okay, so I'm gonna just okay, so watch this. So I'm going for the close right now, okay? If I was to tell you that my students make as much as $8,300 their first month, okay, and 11,500 by month 2, and it was only $184.95 to get started in millionaire mentoring. Is that something that might interest you? Okay, so this is my closing statement, guys. Now, whether he says yes or no, I don't care. I surrender, I relinquish, I love myself enough. I'm not going to be offended if he says no to me right now. And if he says yes, his life is going to be amazing. If he says no, we'll shake hands and I'll keep on going. Okay, so I'm going to say, you know, Brett, you're about to make the best decision of your life. The moment that you say yes, your life is going to change. The moment that you say yes, you're going to be plugged into weekly millionaire mentoring. You're going to tap into your personal power. Your life is going to go to the next level like you never possibly imagined. You're going to be able to get this thing happening with your vision, with this new invention that you've got. You're going to be able to be in a position where you can leave your cold job. You're going to be in a position the moment that you say yes where your life is going to completely transform today. Okay. So I'm going to say, Brett, the moment that you say yes, your life's going to change. The moment that you say you want to take a look, your life's going to change. The moment that you say yes, right now, you're going to be plugged into Millionaire Mentoring. You're going to take your life to the next level. You're finally going to be free. The moment that you say yes, right now, your life's going to change. Now, if he says no, I'm going to say, cool, what do you got planned for the rest of the weekend? And I'm gone. Okay? So there's no emotional attachment to it at all. How much time would it take away from my trading? I do Millionaire Mentoring on Saturdays. I do Millionaire Mentoring on Saturdays and teach the actual science of getting rich. I show people how to use both free strategies and paid strategies. Create automated income. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you guys is this. Once you understand the actual science behind getting rich, once you understand that you can speak your reality into existence, once you understand about the wave particle theory, once you understand there's two worlds that exist simultaneously, once you understand that it's your thoughts, your words, your emotions, and that there's deservability, worthiness, self-love, and boundaries, that you're battling from the past. That is your early programming that you're going to have to overcome. What is the gateway? The gateway is gratitude. The gateway is self-love. The gateway is loving yourself enough to forgive yourself, to forgive the others from your past so that you can get to your breakthrough. Releasing those emotions out of your body so that your vibration can go and go to a higher level. Right? So a lot of people that do personal development training will say these words to you. In order to break through, a lot of times we have to break down to break through. How about that? A lot of times we have to break down to break through. And a lot of people don't realize between the first level of the game, which is called victimhood, to be able to get to the second level of the game, which is called being the victor, you have to go through the spiral, to go through what I call the calling, to get to the awakening where all these emotions come out of your body, the reality shifts, the polarity of the magnet switches, and bam, you've got your gateway into the next reality where your pain now becomes your power. Now you can motivate and inspire other people and help lift them up to the other side so that you can get they can go through too. Now keep in mind, a lot of people that are in state of leadership in this industry, they have already gone through this stuff. They've already gone through this stuff, right? So obviously, the further people are along the path of personal development, the more that they are going to be able to, what's the word, add to your income, right? Think about it. Because if somebody doesn't need as much, mentoring and coaching and training and educating on personal development and how to break through, if they don't need all of that, they already have that, they're going to be at a much higher vibration, a much higher resonance, where they probably already have a list, right? They probably already know marketing skills. They probably already have leadership skills, right? Does that make sense, guys? So obviously you want people with influence. You want people that are already established in the world. I typically look for people that are already making 150 grand a year, right? They already own their own home. They already have a vacation home. I can see how this can go hand in hand with the book I'm currently reading, Think and Grow Rich, The Complete Classic Test. Okay, so, I'm going to tell him, because I don't think we've ever met, I'm going to say, add me to Skype. And I'm going to see if we can get together. And let's connect this week when you have a little time so we can chat and see if there is a fit. Okay, so this is really, guys, this is as transparent as I can be. You didn't see me talk about my company and my products and my comp plan and blah, 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 okay? Because what is my special sauce, okay? My special sauce is the science behind getting rich. My special sauce is teaching people the equation for manifestation and how to manifest anything they want into their reality. We can speak our realities into existence, okay? Now, I've only had one conversation. I mean, it looks right now it's 1-for-1. So I'm going to say, great to connect. Enjoy your weekend. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send a picture of me and my son. Like, guys, is this easy or is this easy? Like, once you learn this, there's no possible way, just so you know, that you can ever get rejected. Because the entire conversation is about the other person, right? It's not about your company. It's not about get in now. It's not about lock your spot. It's not about have I got a deal for you. It's not about you got to check this out. It's not about check out my deal. It's not about opt in here. It's none of that. That's not a relationship. Okay, so if you want to become a top recruiter and you want to really understand this business model, what I will share with you is this. As a corporate recruiter, a lot of times when you go out looking for talent, you may not even have a deal for them yet. You need to find out if they're happy doing what they're doing, are they making the type of money that they want to make, and whether or not they're open to a change or not. That's it. Now, if they say, no, they're not really happy, and no, they're not making the type of money that they want, and yes, they're open to change, then you take their talent now, and you go find them a better paying job, and if you can do that, you get a commission. That's called a corporate recruiter, right? Now, where the whole message gets mixed up between that and what people do in this network marketing business model, quite honestly, it's an absolute disgrace. It's embarrassing because it's not real business. Business is built on relationships and helping people solve their problems. And how do you even know that you can even help a person if you have no idea what's going on in their life, where are they currently working right now, what are the things that they have, if they're doing something, do they do it full-time or part-time, if they've got side projects, how much time are they investing into that, what's their passion, how much money would they need to leave their job and pursue their passion, right? And then once you've got that leverage, now you can go for the close, right? If I was to tell you blah, 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 Is that something that might interest you? They go, not really. I go, cool, what do you got planned for the weekend? I put no pressure on the relationship. They don't even know what I'm talking about right now because I'm not even going to show them, right? If they go, no, not really, and I go, cool, okay, well, what do you got planned for the weekend? Well, not much, but what's your deal about? I'm going to say, you know what, dude, I got to fly right now. Let's chat about it another time. So I'm now going to reverse the polarity of the magnet around, and they're now going to be following my content, being pulled towards me versus me trying to convince them. It's a completely, totally different energy, guys. Okay, so once you understand that, okay, so, okay, now isn't this interesting because I'm saying in the home-based business industry, right, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now here we got a couple of good things. Okay, so Tom Selly said it's the relationships, right? Now, these are typically the higher income earners, guys, just so you know, that say this stuff. Okay, this is a good lesson right here. Okay, Tom Selly's a 7-figure income earner. Adalia's got the power of women. She says leadership not on the list, right? Okay, Sharon says, okay, what John said, only join with people I know, like, and trust. Okay, so the person that offers it to me, then 5. Okay, so it's interesting. The people that are up higher on the path of had success, that have made, you know, 100, 200,000, 7 figures, you notice how that they're saying it's relationships. Now, sometimes what I'll do with stuff like this is I purposely leave this out because I want to see who in here gets the industry. And it's pretty easy for me to scan who's willing to speak up. Oh, look, Tom is. He's made 7 figures. Oh, look, Adalia is, right? She's got the power of women. Oh, what do we have here? We've got Jennifer. I think she's a top recruiter as well. So, you know, it gives you an idea where people are at by how they respond to these type of multiple choice questions. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, so let's go back down here, see if we got, okay, so we've got 2 more leads here, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, Joe Stewart is a top network marketer in FitLife. See if I recognize any of the other names. Okay, so let's check out Glenn Marcus. Okay, looks potentially like he does something with, looks like he could be in university. Let me go to his about section here, and what do we got here? Okay, so he doesn't have anything listed in there. See if we've got some, okay, so he's a network marketer. I can tell because he's following Eric Worre. So guys, in seconds, you can tell a lot about a person. Most people don't even do this. All you got to do is click on their about section right here, and you'll find out. Click on their photos. You can find out a lot about a person just by clicking on a few. Go to his albums. What has he got? Oh, I can't see that because we're not friends yet. Okay, so now this is typically what I say to somebody. Hey, Glenn, how's it going? Now keep in mind, we are not friends, right? How is your day so far? Okay, now because of the fact that he just hit the like button on my page, there's a good chance we're going to get into a conversation. Okay, because he just saw my brand. This is why I do this live, guys. People put out stuff on social media and they just leave it. This is why it's called social media. You can't be at home and be participating in a conversation in the lounge that's downtown Vancouver. It's not possible. You're either in the lounge or you're at home, right? One or the other, right? You can't be in both places. So you're either going to participate in social media and interact during the time that you're there and build relationships while you're there, or you're going to be a spammer, right? And nobody hates the person in the corner with the megaphone. So remember that, right? Remember that this is a people people business, problem-solving business, and it's about getting to know people. What is their pain? What is their problem? And are they living their passion or not? Okay? Okay, so who do we have here? We got Christopher. Okay, let's check out Christopher, what Christopher's about. So, okay, so it looks like he's a lot into personal development. He's talking about gratitude, making the shift, etc. So I can tell a lot from that just by going there. Let me go into, okay, we're friends, so let me go into the albums, take a quick scan. Okay, it looks like he's into spirituality. I can tell just by some of these photos here. So he's probably on a path of enlightenment or, you know, the awakening. Can tell from some of these type of pictures, right away. Okay, so this guy looks like he's a pretty cool guy. Okay, so we chatted back. Okay, so we've already chatted about a year ago. Let's see how far back this was. Okay, so basically what, okay, so I want to just give you guys an idea that I really do this, okay? I don't say that I do it and then I don't, right? I take people into my world. I show them, you know, me going out for dinner. I talk about my son being this, now keep in mind, this is somebody that I've never talked to before, and I open up my real world because human beings are mirrors, and if you share your world, they share their world. Okay, my son was just here from San Diego. He was here for 6 weeks. I sure do miss him a lot. Do you have kids? Okay, I sent him a picture of my sons. No. What is it you currently do? I'm currently unemployed, looking for work. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to go back to school this spring. I see what is used to do, retail. How much money do you want to make per month? 10K. What do you want the money for? To roam freely and live comfortably. When you talk about roaming freely, where do you want to roam to? I'd like to travel around the States, checking out sites. I'd also like to visit Japan and Scotland. On a scale from 1 to 10, how serious are you about that lifestyle? 8. Okay, right now, right there, he's disqualified. Somebody doesn't give me a 10 or higher, then they're already kind of on the way out, right? Right? They're kind of, you know, they kind of disqualify themselves. If somebody doesn't give me a 10 or a 15, I'm already on my exit path, right? Because 20% of their brain already gave up. Okay, in 2 weeks from now, it's going to be 40%. A month and a half from now, it's going to be 80, 90%. 2 months later, they're already quit, and I've just wasted a bunch of my time. Okay, so something to keep in mind. Okay, let's take a look at what else we got. Okay, now look at the leads that we're generating, guys. We've only been on here doing this for about 20 minutes. Okay, so there's 11 here. Okay, now you can see as well. Okay, so I'm attracting people now that are not even on my friends list. So a lot of people say to me, Darren, what do you do to get more friends? I keep on putting out more personal development content. That's what I do, right? And I know that every time it gets shared, I'm gonna be on somebody else's wall, and they're gonna have a whole list of friends. They're gonna see that quote, that image, whatever, and they're gonna see my brand, and this is gonna start happening right here. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you that if I look at, okay, so right now I'm at 4906 as far as friends go, but this is a whole other area, which is the followers. Okay, so there's 6,294 followers, right, that are also following the content, right? Now, a lot of those people aren't necessarily on my friends list, right? So, you know, if you do this right, guys, I'm telling you, you can start to get a pretty good, you know, social media type following. And if you speak the right language, then you're going to be able to start to attract more people that are into personal development that are also into this type of an industry. Okay, so here we've got 11, 2, we've got 7 and 8, right? But you can see that I can tell from the names that it's actually pulling network marketers, if that makes sense. Okay, now look at this one. This one was shared 5 times, right? And it's all about personal development. Okay, so these people have this on their wall. So Stacy, Tina, Tom shared it twice, right? And then he's now kind of promoted me. You know, here, listen to what Darren Little says. Words of wisdom shows the attachment. So now what I do is this. Thanks for the share, Tom. And I'm going to say thanks for the share, Tina. And thanks for the share, Stacy. Thanks for the share, Natalia. Okay, so what this does, keep in mind, guys, this is social media, right? So if somebody came over and said to you, hey, Darren, I really like your shoes, what would you say? Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate that, right? You have to realize that if you want to socialize is exchanging, right? Appreciating people, appreciating other people, thanking people for compliments, right? So I'm going to put up here, if anyone hasn't told you lately, you are amazing. Now, here's what I'm going to share with you guys. If you're scrolling down the timeline, okay, and you're having a bad day, and all of a sudden you see this post that says, if anybody hasn't told you lately, you're amazing, wouldn't that shift you a little bit? Wouldn't that take you out of, wouldn't that change your state in some way? Wouldn't you think, like, you know, wow, thanks, right? You know, you probably might say, you know, wow, thanks, you know, you're amazing too. Because that's what human beings do. They're mirrors. They're mirrors of one another, okay? So I'm going to put this kind of thing from, like, It's a Small World After All, this little graphic, and I'm going to put that out because it's got a lot of great energy and, you know, it's kind of different, right? So, you know, this is more about social media. Social media. That means you're going to socialize with people, just like being in a lounge. So what I'm hoping here, guys, is that, you know, this has helped you to maybe make a little bit of a paradigm shift, because I'm not pitching my deal. I'm providing value to the industry. I'm gonna give you a couple more ideas of how you can provide value on your posts, right? That will start to go viral. Now, this is something that I recommend to do personal development type of posts. I have a graphic designer in India. He doesn't charge a lot of money. He can do these up for you. They're great to have for your brand. You can have, I send my link to MLMsuperhero.com, which is another place where I generate leads to build my list. I give away a copy of my book called MLM Affiliate Magic when people go there, so there's more value. Okay, how to get people to go all in with your company. Now, what company am I talking about? Every company. Doesn't matter what company that you're with. Many people have asked me how I was able to get into the top 10 affiliates selling the most all-in sales within a 6-month period of time. Here it is, right? Now, what do people do? Click. Create a vault of bonus training and mentoring where so much value that it completely dwarfs the entry price of your business. Okay, one sentence. Pretty simple, really. It's not about your company or your products. It's about your value as a leader and what you can do to get people to their personal breakthrough. Do you realize, guys, that right there just saved you about 3 years of banging your head against the wall to figure out how to make 7 figures when you're really ready? It doesn't mean that you're going to be ready right now, right? But right there, I just gave you the formula on how to become a millionaire in this industry, right there. Two little paragraph there. Okay, there's your 7-figure formula right there. Okay. Okay. What else do we got? Okay, this is something that anybody can do. Okay, and what this does is it's almost okay. Now Desmond is not on my personal team. Okay, in any company. Okay, we met at a conference. He's a great dad. He's got you know, a couple cute little boys. His wife lives in you know, over in the Orient, and he's a really super amazing person. Okay, and we got really vibrate at the same type of frequency. So he went through my product called Subconscious Mind Tapping, but I want to help him to elevate his brand. Okay, so I'm featuring him with an interview, right, where I'm interviewing him on, you know, the successes that he's had since he implemented Subconscious Mind Tapping into his life, right? And what's great about it is if you can contribute to another person's life, they come back and they want to contribute to your life. So after I did this for Desmond, he called me up the other day and said, Darren, you know, I can't thank you enough. You know, I'm putting together an event in Vancouver. There's going to be a number of local speakers. It'll give you an opportunity to showcase subconscious mind tapping. If you want to be one of the speakers, there's probably going to be about 300 to 500 people there. And, you know, I'd love to get you in as one of the speakers to help reciprocate. Okay, so this is what I consider to be what I call a joint venture. A joint venture. So if you can provide value to other people's lives, they want to reciprocate. And obviously, if they're leaders, right, you're going to be doing bigger type of things with leaders, right? You might do a mastermind event, or you might do a special training, or you might come up with a product with another leader, right? And keep in mind, guys, you don't have to have a massive success story in order to do any of the stuff that I've showed you today, okay? You could literally be just starting, and you could do every single thing that I'm talking about here today, every single thing, okay? I know Dan as an example. He's got background in personal development. He's been a trainer. Just by opening yourself up and saying, I'm a leader, and that's it, period, and today's the day that I finally accept the fact that I'm a superstar, nobody's going to tell me otherwise, I'm going to make a fortune in this industry, and that's it, period. The moment that you draw a line in the sand, the moment that you raise your standards, the moment that you step into your power, the moment that you start reaching out to other leaders and doing interviews and promotions together and things, you start building relationships, guys, at a much higher level. Now, who would you rather deal with? Do you want to deal with leaders, or do you want to deal with the broke victim that can't even afford to pay their rent? Think about it. Because people get into this business model and they attract literally broke losers. And I have no idea why that is, okay? There's tons of people out there that are successful. There's tons of people out there that have got their own homes and vacation homes, but they don't have freedom, right? Start to raise your standards of who you will and will not bring into your world, who you will and will not bring into your reality, who you will and will not spend time with. You'll become the average of 5 people that you associate with. 5. So if every single one of them are broke, you're the next broke person on the totem pole. Right? If every single one of them are in victimhood, you're the next victim on the totem pole. And if you're not already in victimhood, they will suck you right down until you are. That's how it works, guys. Okay? That's called vibrational resonance. Right? And whatever's in the lower vibration always will win. Okay? Always will win. So it's important for you to understand this. If you want to go to the next level, you got to surround yourself with people that are way more successful than you are. You want to be reaching out and edifying other leaders to see if you can get them onto an interview. Okay, now I'm sharing with you guys the strategies of the 7-figure income earners. Okay, this is what the 7-figure income earners do. The people that want to take their lives to millions, multiple millions. They provide value in personal development. They provide value in helping people solve their problems. They're great people connectors and problem solvers. They want to give something to you before they try to take. Okay, so I say to this, you need to provide 10 times the value of the entry price of your business before anybody joins you, and 100 times after. That's the formula that I use. That's how I made almost $500,000 online using that formula. Okay, so all through my wall, okay, so here's 6 simple steps to make $100 to $1,000 each day online. Okay, now if you're an online marketer, you're probably going to click that just to see what these are. Okay, increase the number of people watching your company video. These can be both free strategies and paid strategies. Create more value-driven content that solves people's problems, helps eliminate their pain, or connects them to their vision. Post content on your blog and email it to your list. Post the content on your social media sites. Make sure to interact with the friends and followers. Create stories around your personal results with graphics, showcasing them on social media and emailing them to your list, and showcase the success stories from your team, post on social media, and email to your list. Guys, do you realize that right there saved you another 3 years of pain, hardship, struggle? I don't know what to do. What do I do, Darren? I don't understand the formula. There it is right here. You got to increase the number of people watching your company video. You either have a budget or you don't have a budget. If you don't have a budget, you better get creative. You better learn how to use social media, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And somebody, now the victim's going to go, oh, I don't know what to do. Okay, the leader is going to go to YouTube and say, how to set up a Instagram account, how to make money with Instagram, how to make money with Pinterest. And they're going to start to get educated so that they can start providing value to other people that want to use that strategy too, right? That becomes their special sauce. So what I say to people is this: you either have a budget or you don't have a budget. Okay, if you have a budget, you can use solo ads. You can ask me where I get some of my paid traffic from. You can do banner ads. You know, you can do email blast campaigns. You know, you can do Google Hangouts, right? You can do paid video ads, things like that. There's strategies that are free and there's strategies that are paid. So what does it come down to? Real simple. What's your budget? You either have a budget or you don't have a budget. If you've got a budget, then I can show you where to put that. If you don't have a budget, then you've got to learn some strategies, right? So if you're the victor, right, then you're going, yeah, that makes sense, and you just go do it. If you're the victim, you go, oh, but I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do, right? We've got tons of training in our Decide Freedom team. So if you guys aren't part of this right now, you need to be. Okay, so you go into Decide Freedom team. If you're not already a member, you need to be. Go under the file section. Okay, so here's a quick lesson on juicing. This is how to get more comments and stuff on your posts. Here's things about solo ads, right? Here's a little script that one of the person used. Here's duplication stuff, right? Here's different places to get solo ads, right? So there's different stuff in here that you should just go in and look around, right? There's also great content just by scrolling down the wall, okay? So if you want to get more interaction, you can put your link here, and some of these other people will click it. Oh, that one's not there. Let's try this one. Special $25 gift available still tomorrow, Sunday night. Click more. Don't miss this offer for the next few people to sign up with me. Okay, so she's using gift cards to try to get her enrollments. You know, I mean, I don't know if that works or not, you know, but it's all about testing. Okay, so let's see who else we got on here. Maddie Edisham. Let's see what she's got. Okay, please remember that there is no such thing as failure. There's only learning. Sometimes you'll end up learning what doesn't work, and that's okay. Other times, what seems like a terrible failure will turn out to be the best thing that ever happened to you, and the result will be better than anything you could ever imagine. Embrace your failures. Prepare for your next success to be bigger than your last. I'm going on a mission starting the 12th of October to help more people earn online than ever before. It's a 90-day blitz to break all previous records. Okay, so you can see her angle here, guys. She starts off with personal development. Can you see any pattern here? You notice how her visions are a lot about live your life, enjoy the freedom, take the journey. You know, she's probably had this stuff done on Fiverr, Fiverr.com, to help her make this little discover the secrets to success. Do you guys realize that you can literally have what she just had done there for like $5 or $10? Okay, this stuff here. Okay, this stuff here for $5 or $10. Okay, now the Victor says, holy crap, are you for real? I can have stuff like that for my brand for $5 or $10? Oh my God, I'm gonna do that. Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. The victim says, that looks like it's probably too hard. I don't know what to do. Right? That's the difference. Those are the two realities that exist simultaneously. And I can tell you that if you want to make 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, or 7 figures in this type of a business model, you better start doing stuff like this, guys. Okay? If you want to really start to attract higher end people, instead of the people that are the broke victims, okay? Because if you're dealing with the personal development, right, then you're dealing with a different type of market. Okay, so let's zoom back out here. So how are we doing here, guys? Did you guys get any breakthroughs here today of any learning anything? Dan, how are we doing there, buddy?
Good, Darren.
Good, good, good. Okay, Dan, let me ask you a question. Because I know that last couple months we've been going through mentoring and whatnot. You're just getting ready for your liftoff right now. Can you see really how simple you can take what you already know how to do, cross it over into this type of a business model, and instantly be a leader like this?
Yeah, it's just a matter of putting it into action, taking that knowledge and applying it.
Exactly.
So a couple takeaways today. Interviewing leaders, that's something I started doing years ago and I stopped doing it. So it just needs to happen again.
Got to take action, brother. Esteban.
Yes, sir.
Any breakthroughs today, bro?
Well, I have 3 breakthroughs through this week. So I'm very super duper happy because I now understand what you said about the emotion and the feeling, and I understood this like your brain is like a hound, you know. So, and your dream is your intention is the prey. So the hound starts to go after the prey, but with the scent. You know, with the smell. So he doesn't understand like logical stuff, you know. So I understood that the way my brain, my hound, my subconscious mind works is not by logical stuff like setting an intention logically and stuff. We have to give him like the emotion and the feeling. So the good thing, the breakthrough I had is that I said all my intentions for this month, the way you said it, like the way my subconscious mind believe it, and I achieved them all. The one that was the hardest was the weight, my weight. So I start like doing exactly that stuff that I just told you. Like every time I was like hungry, I start imagining my abs, how I touch them, how I start visualizing them like really like ripped and stuff. And I didn't start like feeling hunger at all. And then my brain started like pursuing like healthy food and stuff. So it was so easy.
Wow.
Um,
Good breakthrough, brother. Good breakthrough.
it's so easy. It's just like start giving the brain like the scent, you know. But it's really is giving him like the feeling and the emotion he has to go after. It's really simple. And the other breakthrough was Instagram, you know, because you invited us to this Instagram training. And I saw this girl was using like the pay me residual funnel. So then I started like following this guy, the Tom the Furry Hat guy, and he also used that funnel. So I said like, let's go, let's find this funnel. It's only like $15 a month, and everything is done. Everything is built up. The only thing you have to put is like the link. And on Instagram, it changed for an email that is not a Gmail email, that is a personalized email. So my emails won't go to spam folder. And edit the signature, so people go to my Facebook and it's done. I don't have to do any tech stuff.
Wow, cool.
It's
And you know,
really simple.
there are a lot of systems out there. You know, what I tell people is this: is that this industry, guys, just so you know, is all about testing and tweaking. Testing and tweaking, okay? So everything that I do is tests. Everything, okay? I can start on one path and 2 weeks later I'm on another path, right? When it comes to lead generation, lead capture pages, you know, my Hangouts, whatever I do, it's all testing, tweaking. It's like a sailboat. So you're sailing a little bit this way, and then you got to adjust your sails, and then sail a little bit this way and adjust your sails. Sail a little bit this way and adjust your sails. And that's what people don't get about marketing, right? Once you find something that works, that's when you can zoom in, okay? Gilberto, any breakthroughs today?
Yes, Darren. It was very interesting when you said to understand two kinds of people. The one that go, you know, if they going through a transition or a break point. I think that's very important. When you understand that, you really know what kind of people you're dealing, right? Example, when you mention it, and I answer the question, something opened in my mind, right? And I understand exactly because I'm going through a transition, right? I'm changing from this job to this other job, and being honest with you, I'm tired. I'm tired of being, you know, I used to be a production manager in this company. They never appreciate the job that I put in the job, and now I'm in the same position in another company, and it's the same, right? So I'm tired of this situation. I don't want to keep working and wasting my energy in people that don't appreciate what you do. So when you explain that and you explain the transition, something opened in my mind, and I start to understand that I'm going in the right direction, right? I'm seeing I'm going through the right way to succeed and to be successful.
Awesome, that's good, brother. Any breakthroughs, Mateo?
Yeah, hi, Darren.
Any breakthroughs today?
Yeah. I always block myself, and it's so normal to me that it happens, and I don't even notice it. It's like a normal behavior to me, but that's only my subconscious mind, and I have discovered that the solution is to unlock my mind. It's a process.
So here's what I'm going to share with you, my friend. Were you brought on by Esteban? Who's your sponsor? Who's your
Still.
Esteban? Okay. So what you want to do is reach out to Esteban. Okay, get Esteban's link because I'm pretty sure he has he's got the product. You need subconscious mind tapping, my friend. Seriously. Okay, I'm not kidding you. You go through subconscious mind tapping, it will totally change your whole life. Okay, serious. Dawn, any breakthroughs today? Dawn? Okay, we lost Dawn.
No, I'm right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Any breakthroughs today, Dawn?
Yeah, I need to apply what you said, and I also want to tell everybody here, there's a few people missing, that yes, I think that you are all amazing. So you hear it from me. Yeah, I need to say that to myself as well and look in that mirror. This has been a wonderful training. And like you were talking about, I need to interact with the people who are interacting on my timeline and add value.
You got it. You got it.
Start
So,
there.
Houston, we have a breakthrough.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay,
And
guys.
I think I might.
Good.
I might need to do what Mateo does too, because when everything's coming at me all at once, it's like whoa, system overload, and I need that mind tapping to
And
just
who was your
slow down and breathe.
Was your mother Michelle?
Michelle.
Okay, so Michelle's got a link to subconscious mind tapping. You want to reach out to Michelle and get her link, and then from there you can get set up. So Mateo, reach out to Esteban, and Dawn, reach out to Michelle. And guys, here's what I'm going to share with you. Every single person, without exception, guys. Okay, Paul Gardner went from $10,000 to $45,000 a month in 30 days. Okay. Scott Rayleigh went from $10,000 to $33,000 in 30 days. Okay, 30 days, guys. Okay, if you take this stuff and you apply this stuff into your life, and you do it every day. Okay, Adalia was in a position where everybody told her that there was no market for oil and gas. All of Alberta was in a recession, and that if she wanted to get work, she was going to have to go and move into the States or go into some other country. Okay? She applied subconscious mind tapping, and within 1 week, her phone started ringing with interviews. She landed a contract and has other ones behind it, right? And was able to get her Jeep fixed for free from somebody that she knew, and instantly in 24 hours sold for cash. That fast, right? With subconscious mind tapping. So, guys, I'm going to share with you that if you apply these strategies, right, and you can just feel worthy, that's really the biggest thing. You've got to be able to love yourself and realize the friction that's going on in your life is not between you and the world, between you and you, right? Between you and your ego not wanting to surrender and relinquish and get this training and take action. It's very easy to do. It's very easy not to do. Right? Make sense? Okay, guys, so you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes. If you're seeing this live, what I would encourage you to do is reach back out to the person that invited you to this particular broadcast. This is, honestly, guys, our team has, it's close to $5,000 bonus value just in team training, okay? Just in team training. Because people pay me $397 an hour for personal coaching, okay? So I can share with you that just by being on our team, that's what I'm talking about, the amount of ridiculous value on one side for the entry price. Okay, so we're talking about almost a $5,000 value that people get for $184.95 a month. Are you kidding me? It's like, it's like a no-brainer. That's why it's so easy to recruit once you understand this formula. Okay, so guys, you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes. Reach out to the person that invited you to this broadcast. Throw your hat over the wall. Take action. Apply these strategies, and you will literally never, ever have to worry about money again for the rest of your life. Okay, have a great day.